Let
I
us know
think you.
when.
All right. We are
All
back
right.
to the full panel of the
What up? What up? What
Brochachos.
up? Welcome
Yeah.
to the
How
Brochachos.
you doing? How you doing? How
Yeah.
you doing?
Well, everyone got a drink. Everyone got something
I got
got
feisty
a
to
a
sip
delicious,
on.
nice cold
got a delicious beverage.
cerveza.
I got a Lagunitas Daytime, a crisp session IPA. It's
Logging.
4% ABV because I'm in Utah and only three carbs.
Oh, well, hey, I mean, here in the good old state of Texas, this is, I mean, 4.2. Yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
trying to
I
talk
got
that
it.
shit.
I got a delicious Modelo over here, Especial, uh,
Especial
4.4.
Yeah,
peanut butter rebel.
dude. I honestly, I don't even know.
Over
Like
here
with
in
beer,
Vegas.
with beer, I don't. I swear to God, I feel like that they've like slowly dropped the ABV in
They
like
did. It used to
beer.
be 6%.
I
Like
was gonna
six
Yeah.
say,
percent,
dude.
6% in Utah used to be the joke.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
Well,
Yeah.
no, it was like 3%. It was like
Yeah.
half of what.
maybe it was. I think that's maybe it was. But
Yeah,
so now Utah beers are the ones that are made and distributed here. They're 5%. So they're only 1% lower than like the standard.
but no,
No,
But
dude.
you
Like,
could. But if you go
no,
to
no. Hold on. You just
if
said
you
it's
go
five
to
percent. It's I
it is
got your
5%.
beer has more your beer has more percentage in it than mine.
Yeah, but like the like Uinta is a brand out here. There's a lot of breweries in Utah, and
Mm.
their like store beers are 5%. But you can go to a restaurant and get like an 8 or 9 or 12% beer like you can anywhere else.
yeah, nah, dude. Like,
But yeah, I think they are slowly dropping the
they are
ABV and but
because, dude, I remember back at one time,
Oh
like,
shit!
you could get like even Bud Light, even
yeah, I thought Bud
Miller
Light.
Light, but all the light beers were like 5.2, five point
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
four.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
man. I just got a notification on my phone that Kenneth Owens just joined the cast of Fresh and Fit tonight.
I don't know what that
Oh,
is.
you don't know what
Oh,
fresh and fit is? Oh Jesus! You know what? See, and this is kind of something that I wanted to touch base on tonight. But if if we got time, if we got time,
All
yeah,
right. All right. So
yeah.
what we're going to talk about
Let's continue.
is
Yeah, let's.
Dustin bit the bullet for us, and Dustin watched the State of the Union because I was at a barrel race. Brandon's gay, and so
Wow.
so Dustin had to watch the State of the Union. So I got highlights obviously from the
oh
old
Jesus!
Instagram and Facebook, and I tuned in for a little bit.
Whoa!
I watched the Isabel Brown. You know her, the influencer.
No.
I'll send her to you. But anyway, I think it's Isabel Brown. I don't know what their fucking name is anyway. But I watched she was doing like a live thing, so I watched a little bit with her.
Ah, okay.
And I don't know. I to me personally, when someone is speaking and they have absolutely zero one conviction in what they're talking about, and two, they are just saying words with that's the exact opposite of reality. I have a hard
Yeah.
time listening to them. Like
Oh,
it
100%.
goes beyond like ADD, and it is like anti bullshit filter. The ABF turns on,
Yeah.
and I can't. Like I don't understand how people can sit in that room and listen to somebody say things that you know are 100% not factual, and then not only then sit in that room, but then half the room give that man standing ovation after
Time
every
and
three
time and
words.
time and time and time again. And
Hmm.
bro, let me just tell you, like it was very very upsetting. And then also, like let me just go ahead and say this: it was nothing different than when his last State of Union address was going on.
With
It,
the
it
red background and shit.
well, no, it was the one I want to say it was the one after that, but because there was a lot of uprising from people in the Senate from GOP because they were pissed about the things that he was trying to allege. And he tried to do it yet again, talked about big pharma and how they were going to drop the prices of Medicare and
Social
how
Security.
and how the GOP is trying to supposedly get rid of Social Security,
Yeah.
which is never been the case. As much as
Hold
the
on, hold
Democratic
on.
Party has tried to
Didn't
redo,
wasn't a fucking Democrat came out and said that they were it was Nikki Haley said that they wanted to increase the age of Social Security. And
to
she
There you go.
70,
everyone
Yeah.
yeah,
everyone knows she's a fucking Democrat. Everyone knows she's a
yeah,
Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they on her exit polling during the primaries, they were registered Democrats who changed their affiliation to vote in the Republican primary. They registered as independent voters so they could vote because they felt a vote for Nikki Haley was a vote against Donald Trump. They got
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those on record, people saying that in exit
yeah,
polls.
Yeah.
And she's the only one who said something about raising the age of retirement from
to
65 to
70,
70. And
bro.
she didn't even
Who?
say take away Social Security. She said raise the age of retirement 5 years.
Okay, so let me just ask this: what 70-year-old man that can bring production to the fucking workforce on a regular basis?
I mean,
Uh,
I know, dude.
You
Hey,
not,
the guy
okay?
not
Okay,
very many.
okay. How
Not very many.
how
on
many
average,
on
on
one out
average,
of 20?
not
One
very
out of
many,
20.
Not
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 very
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 many.
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 And
Yeah.
that's the point. I was like, when I heard that shit spew out of her mouth, it blew me the fuck away. I was like,
Well,
wait,
what she's doing is she is trying to prop up Joe Biden by saying
yeah,
if the average American worker can work until 75 or 70, then Joe Biden in his current state can continue to run the country.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
But
that
that's what I said,
is
dude. She was an undercover Democrat this entire time, bro.
the whole time. The
She
whole
did
What
time.
nothing.
she wasn't even undercover, dude. Everyone fucking knew. You have to like the whole purpose of undercover is no one knowing that you're a fucking doing the other thing.
But that's the thing, though. Half of these people that we think may have that perspective really don't. So it's like we're reading between the lines and they're not.
Yeah, yeah. So about that, all right. So before we wanted to talk about the State of the Union, that's actually what I was going to talk about. I found, dude, I've been like on the deep part of the Instagram. I spent
Yeah.
5 hours. I'm usually on my screen time for 3 hours, 3 hours tops, and that's emails, that's social media, that's text messaging. 3 hours tops is my screen time. That doesn't account for the times I'm listening to books or podcasts because obviously you're not looking at your screen. But I was on my phone
Yeah.
for five. I was on screen time for 5 hours yesterday. I found so much stuff. There are so many people on the counterculture movement. And
Mhm.
and with every dominant culture, you always have a counterculture. Our counterculture, which we've all, I mean, I don't know how new you are to the counterculture, Brandon, but Dustin and I have been counterculture since it was cool, since before it was cool.
I'm,
But now everyone is like, but hey, dude, like, and that's what the thing is, right? Is there was a Democrat presidential candidate, and he had went across the street to a Trump rally because he had a rally in the same city, and he was like, "These are some of the nicest people," and he's like, "Our party, the
oh
Democrat
yeah,
Party,
Oh, you
yeah.
talking about
is
the talking?
delusional," and I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, bud, welcome to the show." So I
I
mean, but
forget who
anyway,
that was, but yeah,
I forgot
yeah,
who it was. I think I
I know
saved
who
it.
you're talking about.
But where was I going with that? But dude, anyway. 5 hours on the Instagram yesterday, and so many people like before the State of the Union because I was trying to find out like where's I was trying to get the temperature, the culture temperature, because as everyone pumped for the State of the Union, do they hear there's going to be bullshit, all this other stuff, and bro, I found so much like and not just like people who you would think would be like conservative, like you're mixed or you're Latino or you're white or you're rural. I'm talking like, dude, these were like people speaking Ebonics. And I was like, yeah. I was like, fuck yeah. I even posted a story. Um, I reposted a story of like I think it's three black chicks. And hold on. She actually reposted it and I was like, oh shit. Her name is what's her name? CJ Shines Bright.
Uh,
Uh
Is
she's a
this the ones that came on stage and shit for Trump?
no.
Oh,
These are
oh,
different. These are
oh,
different
okay.
people. It's in my story. I'll send it to you I'll send it to you right now. But he's basically calling Joe Biden a Dixiecrat. And
Uh,
he's like they're saying he's doing all these things when literally you cannot find the things that they said that done that's quote unquote racist. You can't find it. You can't find quotes. You can't find anything to corroborate him being racist. But can find, what you
are
can
all of
find
his bills
is
that he's
40
passed.
fucking years of Joe Biden being a racist Democrat. So,
Yes.
but anyway, I'm sorry. That was a very long rant to tell you. I found a whole bunch of people that were coming over. Anyway, I'll let you finish. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
no. I mean, dude, like honestly though, it was a bunch of trash of him just continuing on spewing bullshit about, the things that he's not gonna let happen, that the Republican Party have brought to the forefront, and things that he's gonna get pushed through. And it, like, dude, it was literally a repeat. If you watched the State of Union, I think it was last year. If you watched it last year, it's nothing but the same. And it was all, like I
Oh,
said, it was all just a bunch of trash about what
Russia,
the
Ukraine,
well, yeah, the Russia
Christian
collusion,
Oh
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
well,
nationalists.
the nationalist movement, and how
Hey,
they're
I
standing in the way.
I have a friend.
Dude,
His name is
you called it, like
I
when you messaged me
did.
that, you called it. I was like,
uh
oh, I was like, yeah, no, that's exact. Like he
that
literally had just got done addressing that.
so that's not even me. That's hold on.
Excuse me.
That's a buddy of mine, Chris, CB Robertson. I'll send you his profile. He's pretty legit. He knows his shit. And he actually said that he's been researching this a lot.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, this Christian nationalism thing is going to be a hot button. And I don't know, man. It's just
Well,
my problem with politicians from day one, since even though, even in the early times of when we were still in high school. So you're talking early 2000s. So you're talking about Bush and Clinton and all those people. No one, it's progressively gotten worse. So I'll give him that in the early 2000s, it was very much of this is what we're going to do. Now they don't even argue that anymore. It's not what they're going to do. It has nothing to do with what they're going to do. He didn't say anything that he was going to do. He said a whole bunch of stuff that he wasn't going to let happen,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
a
And
bunch of stuff that
That's
a
it.
bunch of stuff that like didn't even make sense. Like,
Well,
first
dude,
of all,
and then
they
he
they're
talks about, oh, sorry. Then he talks
no,
about bringing Finland and Sweden into NATO, and how that was the big thing.
dude,
And
NATO is a waste of
NATO's
fucking
never been
money.
well,
stronger.
dude, yeah, NATO's never been stronger, and we're a powerhouse right now. And if we don't go and support Ukraine, then we're pretty much allowing Putin and his massive army to take over the
There,
world.
there's a
Like,
video circulating right now of a phone conversation that happened between two top officials in 2012 or
shit.
2013 or 14 when the Ukraine coup happened, that
Mm-hmm.
literally we're talking about the play by play of how they needed things to go in Ukraine.
Yeah.
That's it's circulating on like conservative channels right now of that leaked phone conversation. So the current Ukraine thing, Ukraine is just a. I mean, we all know what it is. It's just a laundromat. I mean,
Yeah.
we sent trillions or what? How much? $500 billion, $500 billion over there.
Some
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah.
And we are paying government official salaries. We should have citizenship in Ukraine right now because our tax money is funding that country.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. And like he talks about that. He was talking about that shit, and pretty much how we're um we're better now than what we ever have been as far as
To whose
uh
standard?
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
So hey, so hold on. So hey, I heard a thing. Who was I listening to the other day? I was listening to Andy Frisella, right? To be fair, to be fair, he is telling the truth when he says things are going according to plan.
well, I mean, if you want to put it in that, if you
According
want to
to
put it
his
in that
plan.
sense,
When
According
he
to his
says when he
plan.
says inflation is good, when he says if you can't afford to pay your rent, that's okay. It's because this is what he's saying, and it's gotten to the point where he can say this now because no one's doing anything. Is he can tell you the truth. The truth is things are fucked up. Everything is fucked up, right? On across all aspects, everything's fucked up. And he could say everything's going according to plan. Everything's
yeah.
good. And he means it.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
And he
yeah,
means it.
no, there's no doubt
Yeah,
about it, bro.
100%.
No doubt.
Yeah. According to his plan, everything is good.
Because guess what? At the
And
end of the day, go ahead.
I went
Go ahead,
what?
Brandon.
no, I was gonna let you
Oh no,
finish.
I was just gonna say at the end of the day, like we are a country that is slowly decaying like a fucking bad tooth, dude. And
Yeah.
we're not anywhere in the sense of where we should feel good when we go to sleep at night. And like that's the cold hard reality. I mean, you know, I mean, we got guns, we got all the things to protect ourselves, but at the end of the day, when our government is standing with the opposition, or not really our government, but our president, and talks about the unification of NATO with, standing behind Ukraine and all of that trash. But it's like you put us in a position based off of circumstances that were going on with your son,
Yeah.
like because that's where that all
Yeah.
derives from.
Yeah.
But it
100%.
wasn't just his son though. It's deeper than that. And
No, yeah,
there's
100%
that
deeper than that.
it's it's always
It,
been a deep state because that we have to
Well, but
really,
would you
really,
say?
really.
But would you
well,
say that that was the final nail in the coffin? Was
I don't
was
think I don't
ultimate
think it was. I don't think it
was
was. It
ultimately
was.
was ultimately to protect his son? He was appointed to positions in Ukraine to.
Yeah, but it wasn't just him, right? Like
I know.
yes.
I'm not saying that it wasn't just him,
So
or that it
they
was just
picked
him.
they
Sorry.
they picked him. They picked Hunter in the event it all goes sideways, which it's going sideways, so that they can castrate him and his dad, right? They 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 are scapegoats. They're going to end up being scapegoats, right? Because it
Yeah.
like because you got to think about who initiated the coup in Ukraine, right? Because it's kind of all it's been the focus since 2012, since Obama's second term, right? So it could have even started before that because he was elected in '08. So I mean, from '08 to 16, right? For 8 years, we had
Yeah,
this thing going on that we don't know. We don't really know what happened, right? So obviously, sometime in between 8 and 12 or 8 and 16, they were like, "Hey, we're going to get Hillary in 16. We don't know who's going to run." So she was supposed to take the playbook and then move on, right?
yeah.
And
But
then here comes
and
Donald Trump.
Joe Biden had all the connections, and like it wasn't just Joe Biden paying or Burisma paying Hunter to pay Joe Biden for later favors. This was just he was connected at the time. That was who the VP was, so that's who had made the connection. So he got to benefit from that. Obviously, in 16, if Hillary would have won, she would have had her VP take over and all that stuff, and it would have changed hands. But because Trump took over in 16, it didn't change hands, and that's
Oh
when
yeah,
you when
because that's
you're
what they banked on.
yeah, and when you're when you got your bad guy, your bag man handling the ball for too long. I mean, 8 years was probably too long for Hunter Biden to have money. 8 years was way too long for him to have money. Then you give him another 4 years. You give a drug addict an extra 4 years with a lot of money. Of course, he's going to get a little sloppy, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened with the whole computer thing. And so
snorting crack off
it's
of
not
bitches'
just
asses.
yeah. Joe Biden is going to be the
Hey, he was
guy who
having
is
the
a.
time of his life.
I mean, who would? Who wouldn't? Come on now.
One
We're
hundred
from Vegas.
percent. One hundred
We're
percent. One hundred
we're from
percent.
Vegas. That's not a, that's like a Tuesday night for us. But if it wasn't Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, it would have been someone. It just happened to be these two, right? These are the two
I
that
think
just
that they
got caught
pictured
with their
him as the most vulnerable.
for sure. He's the most vulnerable, for
Yeah.
sure, dude. This the guy. The guy is a self trap. I don't know if
Yes.
Yeah.
he's a self trap because if you just let him talk, he'll talk himself into
He'll
a
bury
trap,
himself. And he does
right?
that
Like
all the time.
all the
All
time.
the
Even
time.
when he was arguing with that person several years ago about how intellectual and superior he was because he had this many degrees and he graduated with this GPA and he
Yeah.
got these scholarships.
Dude, they used
You
to
come to
shit
find
on
out,
him back in the 70s and 80s, dude, because they used to call him out for his lies. They were like, yeah, he claims that he was an A and B student and he was on the honor roll and he was a student delegate and he was actually a subpar student. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
so he got tapped for VP because of his vulnerability, right? Like if anything happened, it wouldn't have been Obama's fault. Anything that
Uh,
happened in Obama's term, I mean, that's why he looks like he he pulled a Shawshank Redemption, right? He crawled a mile through shit and came out clean
yeah,
because you don't think about all the shit that he did. He did a lot of terrible things. The only thing that President Obama did that was great for this country is that he was the first black president. That's the only positive thing that he did for this country. But
yeah,
Yeah.
nobody will say anything. But then you have Joe Biden. So even Obama's presidency is asterisk with President, Vice President Biden's son taking money from Burisma, not Obama,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
but
No,
Joe
that's valid.
Biden's son.
That's valid. That's
Bro,
valid.
like, well, these motherfuckers are playing 5D chess, right? And that's why Trump was able to fuck them over because he's playing 5D chess too. Everyone else is
Mm-hmm.
playing checkers. They're thinking about
Hmm.
all they're seeing is the shit that's going on in front of them right now. But what
Yeah,
everyone like people like us and the talking heads that are on long form conversations like this, or they're seeing other sides of in aspects. What I see is they they obviously were doing shitty shit long time ago, right? Then you have the internet. You have the creation of the internet in the early 2000s. And now what was
They
set up
can't hide it
as,
anymore.
yeah, what was set
yes.
up was a
I
way
was gonna
to,
say the internet is a motherfucker, dude.
right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's a tinfoil hat for you guys. So the day before Facebook was created, actually like established, the day before the FBI or the CIA had a program called LifeLog.
Mm-hmm.
where they wanted to catalog every single American citizen. They canceled the program, and the next day, Facebook launched.
Facebook was wow.
I have dude, like I mean, like
I
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I fucking know a whole lot, but like I vaguely remember like something
hearing
in that
something
regard.
about
Yeah.
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 So this whole
Here.
thing, that we're on right now, this is all conceptualized for government use, right? The internet was
Yes.
conceptualized for
Yeah.
government use, right? So,
Yeah.
and then, even in, if we were going to do above the fold, I was actually going to talk about the Smith-Mundt Act, which prevents our media from creating propaganda. So in 2012, Obama signed some law into, it was actually the um, U.S. Information and Educational Exchange Act of 1948, also known as the Smith-Mundt Act. He amended it to include government media,
Mm.
right? So because the internet was set up as a government tool, right, to be able to control narratives, right, and then the consumers got a hold of it, and Facebook and all this stuff, and what
Oh
happened
yeah, but
was,
hey, hold on. That doesn't happen though.
no,
That's
you're
not
right,
real.
never happened,
That's
never
that's
happened.
Yeah.
total that's totally
Hypothetically,
not real. Totally
hypothetically.
not real. Yeah.
So
Hypothetically
the consumers,
speaking.
what happened was is they were using this technology to force propaganda on us, and then what happened was is we're not as containable or as docile as they wanted us to be, so we all fought back. So, and
Mm.
then 2012 or 2013, when he amended that law, it allowed for government media.
Isn't that what they tried to like the Obama administration, ain't that what they tried to like shit on Bush about? I I can recall something like that. Like they tried to blame it all on Bush on like why that like why it got amended and then why like now it was okay for the way that Obama had amended it. I'm like, dude, I'm almost sure that
I
that
don't know.
was
So originally people thought that the Smith-Mundt Act, that he repealed it, and it
yeah.
allowed for the. So he didn't repeal it. So he amended it, and that was
Yeah.
the thing. Is uh, basically it says that the act says something the effect that you can't lie, blatantly lie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what it did is it lifted restrictions on certain. It doesn't say which restrictions it lifted, but it says it lifted restrictions and made it available for the government to provide media to the citizens. So basically, what it says
Yeah.
is that we
I'm
have
I'm I'm almost I'm almost
government
sure.
media.
I'm almost sure that that's what it was.
Well,
Is
what they tried to blame on Bush, I think, was the Patriot Act, which was, I mean, it was just a
yeah,
setup.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what
It
it
was a
was.
precursor. It basically was able.
I mean, the same
They
shit.
It almost
they were
fell
able.
along. It almost fell along the same lines. That's probably
Yeah,
why I
but I
got it
mean,
confused.
Yeah.
to
But
be fair, I mean, we're worried about privacy and shit, but like every fucking thing that we do is recorded and all this shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
obviously we should have a certain level of privacy, like an agreed upon a level of privacy, but we don't, because everything is
oh
Mm-hmm.
no,
shared, and
well, dude,
and
literally, this thing, no matter, I can't even see it. Sorry, but this thing right
There you
here, you, it doesn't matter what it is that you're thinking about or what it is that you're doing, but it's it's like do you could talk about, you know what? I really feel like going to buy some rollerblades.
oh,
I want to
100%, bud.
I want to go rollerblading now. And 4 hours later, you go and you check on your Facebook and there's a pair of rollerblades for sale in the neighborhood like 2 blocks away
Yeah,
from you. Or
yeah.
there's the TikTok shop, which, you
Yeah.
know, falls along that same line, man. And it's like, oh well, government's not listening. Their algorithms are not that articulated. Bullshit, dude.
The
Bullshit.
fuck they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fucking
Yeah.
100%. But
Anyways,
so
Yeah, I didn't want to go
long
down that
rant.
rabbit hole. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but long rant short, right? Like, but Biden is just the guy right now that has happened to be in
he's
charge
their puppet.
because,
Yeah.
well, yeah, they're all their puppets, man. They're all the puppets. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the Republican nominations, right? Like Nikki Haley had zero chance. She was trying to hold out to maybe she'd win a couple of primaries on Super Tuesday to be
Yep.
able to look like a viable candidate in order for Donald Trump to spend more money campaigning against her. That was the strategy to try to get
Yeah.
Donald Trump to burn
No, I
up his
totally
campaign
agree.
spending.
On
Right?
top of
So
everything else that he's
because
trying to fucking handle right now.
everything that they're throwing at him is not sticking. The Democrats are
Mhm.
falling apart because they're trying too
Oh yeah.
hard.
Well, dude, the
Yeah.
shit in Georgia in Fulton County, it's not gonna stick.
Well, no, Fannie
Like
Willis is about to get proseted. She's about to
one
get
hundred
Yeah.
charged.
percent she is, and that's
Yeah,
what I'm
they
saying.
did they
She's
they
that shit's
just
gonna get
determined
thrown
that
out.
she's they just determined that they found out that she officially lied on the stand, and she's about to get disbarred and be put on
Bro,
trial.
she
You
is
know what? I'm
nothing
so
more.
sick of that shit. I'm so sick of that shit. When you lie under oath, that is supposed to be a fucking felony.
It's
A
perjury.
federal felony.
Right?
It's
Wait, you're
it's
talking about
perjury.
this is a federal fucking case. This is the highest court. Well, I guess it's not federal. I guess it's state. It's state, but
But
it's still pretty fucking high.
perjury
But
is perjury,
still,
bro.
Yeah,
perjury
We
is
go
perjury.
if we were if we were to go before fucking court and they cited us for fucking speeding and we challenged the ticket and we got up onto the fucking stand and say, you know what, I was going 55 in that 55 zone. Oh well, the radar gun says otherwise. We go to jail for that because it's evidence. And
Dude,
there was a bystander on the
perjury,
side of the road that also saw you
in the
going
United.
and
fast.
you're doing
Hold on.
this and telling them you swear to tell the whole truth. No, so help you God.
In
And
the United States, perjury is a felony under federal law. The main federal law
felony.
for perjury is
So
18
again,
hold on, but hold on.
Go ahead,
18
ahead.
US Code 1621, which states that a person convicted of perjury can be fined or imprisoned up to 5 years or both. And all these people who commit perjury, when they go and they testify in front of these Senate hearings and these Congress hearings and these House, and that they're fucking committing perjury and nothing happens to them.
Dude, did you see how long that fucking guy that she appointed? I can't remember his name. It's something Wade, but
Nathan Wade. Nathan's hot dog.
So they asked him. Hey, so have you ever been to the cabin that with Fannie Willis?
What happened with Fannie?
He says
over a minute,
bro,
to fucking
sitting
think
there.
about that shit. Took him over a minute to think about. They have it.
I don't
watched
recall
videos.
I don't
Yeah,
recall.
hold on.
Videos. I
Hey,
watched videos where
I'll
they
send you the
fucking
episode.
had a where they fucking timed how long he was sitting there thinking about that shit, and it was over almost a minute.
They have
a minute.
on Andy Frisella's show, they have that where Nathan Wade is under, getting examined and stuff.
Getting grilled.
And they pull up this statement that they didn't think that he has, and you can hear him under his breath go, "Oh shit."
Oh, his attorney? Oh,
No,
Trevor
him.
Brantley.
He does.
No, dude, you got to send that to
Oh.
me. I want to see that.
See that one too.
Oh, I'll find
I
it.
missed that.
But they're asking him
That
about
one.
it, and it's a specific text. He's like, "Do you recall this text?" And they showed him the text, and he looks at it and he goes, "Oh shit."
I could have sworn that was his attorney that was on his divorce trial.
Dude, that's
Oh.
fucking great.
Oh, maybe it was something like that.
Yeah, it was it was the attorney on from his divorce trial that they put on the stand. Yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
But
bro.
either way, it
Yeah.
does
But either
it
way, though, he
like,
oh
bro, it
shit
doesn't go in
shit
your fucking direction.
like damn, you got caught red-handed, dude. You got caught with your hand in the cookie jar,
but
and now it's time to
this is
fucking
why
face the
these
music, bro.
this is why these people keep doing these things though, is because there's no accountability.
Yeah.
You know, our Constitution, I don't know exactly where it says, but it says that we are allowed to overthrow the government when they become tyrannical. And
Yeah.
I don't know what overthrow means to you. What overthrow means to me is you take everyone in office, left and right, and you line them up and you shoot them in the back of the head.
I mean, I would say
In
more
the
That's a
so
town
little.
maybe.
That's a
I
in
little
the
would say
town
rough.
maybe
square.
sort. I would say maybe more so detain and remove.
No, yeah. I mean, you know, that's a little a little overboard, I think. I mean, but at the
Why?
end of the day, though, at the end of the day, though, I totally 100%
I mean,
agree. Like
uh,
overthrowing the government. I mean, they all need to be held accountable for their fucking
hey. So
actions. They fucked
let's
us.
be careful. Let's be careful
Oh no
about the
no 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 no
waters.
no.
Let's
Well
be
no no no
careful
no.
about the waters we're treading right now.
Oh no 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 no. Listen, no. I'm not talking about overthrowing them violently. I'm
No,
talking about
I mean in
I'm
general,
talking
because this is
about
supposed to
overthrowing.
go on a podcast.
Oh yeah, no. Well, listen to what I'm saying though. I mean, overthrowing them
Theoretically,
mean
we're theoretically
theoretically.
speaking.
Well, I mean, we have theoretically speaking, overthrowing the government. Yeah, gather them all the fuck up. I mean, with the technology we have nowadays, I mean, we could totally go anywhere now and find the fucking dirt on all these sons of bitches. And like
And
But
Nikki
they have
Haley,
it's
it.
for
public
instance,
knowledge.
you know,
They have it.
she's on the fucking board of Boeing. Boeing, what does Boeing also do besides make airplanes? They're part of the weapons industrial complex. And so what that's the reason she lasted as long as she lasted fucking trying stealing votes away from Donald Trump.
Yeah. All right. Hey.
Having the board of directors from
All right.
Boeing fucking
All
backing
right.
her fucking her shit.
All right.
So
This is in
I
the
mean,
preamble of the
I'm
Constitution. Right. Listen. Ready? We
okay.
hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Hashtag Christian nationalist. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Now, if that doesn't say take out the fucking trash, I don't know what does.
It does.
One
It
hundred
does.
percent.
But again,
I no, I get it. I get it. But
verbiage.
I'm saying, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
listen, right? So if you permanently remove offenders from the planet, they'll only
Oh,
be of
like we should do with pedophiles.
they're only offenders and they'll never reoffend. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
Okay. They're unalived.
Yes.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it. All right. Verbiage.
Verbiage. Verbiage. So
100% though. They all. I mean, granted, they're not all trash anymore. There are a couple of fucking decent apples in there,
But
but
it's few and
but
far in between.
Exactly,
And
it's
that's the
few and far in
problem.
between. And those ones, those few and far in betweens, yeah,
They're not doing enough.
like Nikki Haley, for instance.
Those no, Nikki Haley's not few and far between. She's on the opposite side. But
Dude, she's a
I'm talking
fucking
about
scumbag.
the few and far between are people
But
like Ted Cruz and Greg Abbott and
yeah,
Ron DeSantis. But like they do
I can't
enough.
remember
that fucking
I can't remember the brother man's name.
Byron Donald, Tim
Man,
Yeah,
Scott,
hey, bro, I fuck with
but
that
they
guy. I
but they
fuck
don't
with
Clarence
do
that guy.
enough.
Thomas,
They don't do enough. They don't do
Uncle
enough.
Clarence.
Yeah, yeah. It's guys like that.
There's not enough though. There's not
No,
enough though.
no.
Right.
And and hopefully during this fucking next election cycle we get a couple more good ones, man, and get rid of a lot of the fucking bad ones, bro. Like
Mhm.
Jasmine,
You know what? You know what I think this is going
Jasmine,
to come down to? You know what I think this is going to come down to?
What's that?
State elections.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
100%. And how many
Right.
state
Hey,
elections do we have this year,
hold on.
or
Here's the
this
thing.
election cycle?
Here's the razzle dazzle is they get you all razzed up about president when what you just said is honestly the only thing that matters. The president of the United States doesn't fucking matter. It's state and local elections that matter. Who's running your county? Who's running your state? Those are the ones that matter. Who's representing your state? People
Yeah.
don't fucking know who's representing their state.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the fucking problem. You know why? Because that person running or representing your state has been 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 terms removed from the neighborhood that they grew up in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're
Oh,
living in the
oh.
nice fucking gated community now. And they're like, how do I keep this? And they're like, vote this way.
Well, look. Well, now when you're talking about look at the vote this way, where does all of that start at? Starts in school. What are they teaching our kids in school? They're not teaching our kids jack dilly squat anymore.
Yeah, that's a whole other episode, bro.
Well,
that's a whole nother episode.
But look where I'm. But listen to where I'm going with that though.
No,
like, our children are not being taught what they should be being taught in schools anymore.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you how to fix that right now. I'm gonna tell everyone how to fix that right now. This is how you fix that. You get your fucking house in order. Well, you learn some convictions, you learn some integrity, you learn some honor, you learn respect. Then from the house, once you change the man, you change the house. Once you change the house, you change the community. Once you change the community, you change the city. When you change the city, you change the state. When you change the state, you change the country. When you change the country, you can change the world. You cannot think about changing yourself and changing the world. That's not how it works. We have to, just like you said, we have to start at home. And where do we start? With our kids, right? And that's why that's a whole nother topic. We should do that the next time because all of us have kids.
Oh yeah. Well, and just to chime in on that, like I think, and it starts with the nucleus, dude. It's just like a cell.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And if you think about it, that has been the number one mission of Marxism, Leninism, communism, socialism is to destroy the nuclear family.
Because they've always the agenda at least through the 70s and 80s was to always remove the man, and this is something that I fucking wholeheartedly believe in, is the government's intention within the 70s and fucking 80s, late 60s, 70s, and 80s was to remove the man from the home so that there was not that sense of nucleus, which is where a cell starts and where you begin your family as that cell. The fucking
and that goes all the way until right now. I mean,
yes, 100%.
Right now.
Well, yeah, and look at where it's at right now.
Fatherlessness is the number one statistic that condones or contributes to fucking crime.
Hey, hold
Yep,
on. You want to hear a better
100%.
statistic?
Well,
You want to hear an awesome statistic that would piss any fucking single mother off?
Single father households are more successful than motherless households.
They're just as or more
not motherless.
successful. They're just
Yeah.
as or
Or
they're just
father
as
out.
or more
Yes.
successful.
I said that
Homes.
incorrectly, but
So
you knew what I said.
homes, hold on. Single
Homes
father
ran by a
homes,
single father are ran better than the houses with the single mother.
not just
It's been
ran better.
states.
Hold on. It's not just ran
They
better.
thrive. They
They
thrive.
thrive
Yes.
just as
Yes.
well as if they were in a two-parent home, and they are less likely to
That
end up
part.
in
That is
prison.
what I.
And,
That is
and
what
they are
I
more
intended to
likely.
say.
They are more likely to contribute to society. That is the
Yes.
statistic.
And
Yes.
and they've also proven this statistic. A majority of the alphabet group, the transformer part of it, comes from
Single white females.
households ran by mothers. Yes, single white mothers. Yes, and like so now you've got and I was listening to Candace Owens talk about this shit today. That so you've got the government putting fathers in jail, and then you've got these single mothers
which started in the welfare state after they
castrating their children.
Yes. Yes.
Castrating their boys. We're moving our country with while Joe Biden has been in office has overly moved backwards towards slavery.
Oh yeah. You want to know who the biggest pusher of that information was?
I'm listening.
Corey, you may be a little bit more familiar. You travel to California a little bit more frequently these days. Mr. Larry Elder.
Yeah. Larry,
And
that's a big talking point for Larry Elder. So that goes off of what we were talking about in episode 2 is after the 1964 Civil Rights Act, right? Lyndon B. Johnson needed a way to check the black population. And how did he do that? The fucking welfare state. And that's what he did is he incentivized mothers, single black mothers, to marry the state rather than the baby daddy.
Yeah.
And
that's where the feminism push came in hardcore too.
Oh, I just watched a thing on fucking feminism. Michael Knoll. All feminism is just communism. That's all that is. Every single fall of every great civilization started with a what do they call it? A sexual revolution. Right? A sexual empowerment movement. Like, I know.
I believe it.
We were all 16 once, and all we wanted to do was have sex. That's a normal thing.
That's fair to say.
That's a normal thing, right, dude? Especially with boys. Like our testosterone goes from 0 production to 9 million. We're like Vegeta, Super Saiyan Red.
Hey, rest in peace to the creator of Dragon Ball Z. He died today.
Yes, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama.
Right, but some people don't outgrow
fucking change my life.
Some people don't outgrow that stage, and we've gotten to we've grown from a nuclear family to where now a nuclear family is considered bad. Like what we're all doing, except for Brandon because he's not married yet. We're married, we have kids, but I mean, you have
married
kids.
Again.
Not married again. But he would. I mean, he's not out there fucking trying to fuck every chick over. He's out there trying to find a chick to make his wife.
It's noble.
Yeah, it's noble, right? Like that's what we do. That's what we do. We all are out there, and now it's gotten to this point where it's like frowned upon to do that, and that all started with the fucking sexual revolution in the fucking 40s and 50s of fucking women. We should have never let them vote.
Yeah.
God, be careful, man.
I mean, look, not taking away. Look.
Factual, But what
Look,
I'm saying,
not
what
to.
I'm saying
Hey,
is, with
hey.
these episodes, we got to be really careful about the. We tread softly.
Hey,
Tread
you know
softly.
what? Hey, Pearl
Look.
talks
Well,
about that
no,
shit
look.
all the time. Pearl's
No,
like has a
no, dude.
Fuck
And
yeah.
I love the fact. Hold on.
I love Pearl Davis.
Yes, and the reason I do is because she shows the most
Truth on the
rationale.
women's movement,
She
dude.
shows the most rationale when it comes to women, and her coming out and
100%.
saying the things that she says is like, okay, so now how do we get the rest of society to really reveal that what she is saying is 100% accurate, dude? She really
Well,
is.
same
She
thing could be
is.
said for Candace Owens, man. I mean,
the
both
problem
of
is
them are a fucking
But see,
godsend, bro.
the thing with Candace though is she's excuse me.
Candace says it
She
with an attitude.
Yes, and that's the
Yeah,
difference is delivery is everything when you're preaching to the
I will say
mainstream.
that a lot of what
No,
Candace
but
Owens
Pearl
preaches
but
ain't
what Pearl
100.
does, what Pearl does is Pearl frames it as a question.
Yes.
True. Yeah.
Yes.
Candace Owens is like she's like a dude. She's like very logical. She's statistical,
But
and
she is
like,
very logical, though, man,
but
and
so the problem with
statistical.
all right, this
But
is the
see, we
problem
see
with
that
why.
that's what we see it as. What do women see it as?
So the and that's
True.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The problem is that she is separated. She separated her emotion from what she's saying,
Yeah.
and that is one of the biggest things that women can't get past. It's just like
Being
how
told
they
what to do, dude.
well, it's not even just that. It's just like how every 4 years the Democrats come in and what do? They promote fear to the black community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they get a fear response, right? They get people to vote out of emotion. Women,
Yep.
their natural state is in their emotions.
Is in their
So
emotions,
so when
100%.
you say things to them and you don't frame it
Yes.
to where they understand it as you're trying to make a point to them, but you're also trying to respect their feelings, which Pearl does a really good job of. If you don't do that, if you don't set it up like that, and you're like, "Hey, I'm just here to kick your shit in," they don't respond.
Yeah.
So, like, if you've watched Pearl's like YouTube, like she'll set it up and she'll let the girl walk right into it, and then she'll be like, "Okay, so
100%.
this is how you think, so this is how what it actually is. So how do you feel
Yes.
about that?" Where Candace
Yes.
Owens is like, "Well, you could take your fucking attitude and you could just do whatever, and no one's gonna give a shit about you."
And
Life's
that and
rough.
that
Get a
that
helmet.
that to me is the finest difference between the two
I mean,
is
you can see him.
But you know what? Candace
Hold
Owens
on,
has
but
a
hold on,
point, though.
but hold
Fuck your
on, but you can
feelings.
yeah, but
you can't say you can't
except
but bro, you
no.
can't present an argument like that with
That is
women
true.
these
That is
days.
But
true.
hey,
Not at
That
look
all.
is
at
true.
watch the whatever episodes with Pearl on there and watch the episodes with Candace on there. The girls that
Yes.
are talking to Candace are way more uh what is the word
Defensive.
defensive than
Yeah,
they are with
they are.
Pearl.
I agree.
Yeah.
But in some
Because
cases,
but
though,
it's also but it's
like
also the fact that they know who the fuck Candace Owens is as well. So
they don't like
I
her.
think that does play a factor.
Yeah,
But I
Pearl
but I
Davis does
also
have that
think
sneak attack when she was like on that panel and she's
yeah,
like and she just
Yeah.
snapped attack everyone. She's like talking statistics and no one knows what the fuck she's talking about.
yeah,
But I mean, and back to Pearl though. I 100% agree with what she says in regards to women voting, bro. Because look, man, I mean, facts are facts, dude. Once we turn 18, if some shit pops off, and we have to fucking go to war, that's like we're the ones that they call. We're the ones that have we once we turn 18, we're the ones that have to sign our names on that fucking dotted line. Ergo, if women want the fucking right to vote, they should have to fucking sign their name on that dotted line too. But they don't
Right.
have to.
but that's
Yeah.
but
And
that's
it's
the thing though,
bullshit.
bro.
No, I think
It's
they do have to sign up for the selective service now.
Oh, now they do?
I believe they do, yeah.
Because
Uh,
I don't think they do, bro.
uh,
I think women don't have to do that, bro.
But anyway, I mean
But I
that's
mean
that's kind of like a moot argument. But the
it
fact of the
is,
matter is,
but
is biologically, right? Men are more logical, women are more emotional. That's why we have the roles we have.
mhm.
Uh, but going back to like why we're even talking about this is the breakdown of the nuclear family,
yes.
right? And is
Yeah.
what they've done with feminism is they made women believe that they don't need men. That is the underlying message
Yes.
that feminism has put out to women. And you're right. No one needs anyone. No one needs anyone. You need food, water, and shelter, right? Otherwise, you die. That's just
Well, I
science.
mean, I would argue the point to you got to get in, you have to get into the concept of reproduction because
Yeah.
there's a lot of fucking women in this world today that say, oh well, we don't need men, and I would argue the point, well, okay, so then how do you intend to reproduce? How do you intend to continue your bloodline? How do you
How do you
continue?
plan on continuing your society?
Well, and then again, and then also you have to ask
See, but
yourself. You
hey,
have hold on, hold on, hold
but
on,
here,
hold on.
but
Let
here,
me say
ask
Hold
this.
on,
yourself.
Let me
hold on,
say
hold
this.
on,
Let me
damn it.
say this.
Hold on, god damn it.
Let me just say this real quick. You have to ask yourself this question: what do these boys do when they become of age? Because if you have intentions on having babies, past the lifetime span of man, if you are pregnant or you intend, because there's also that's a stupid ass argument, but they're like, oh, what if we cryogenically freeze eggs? Okay, so then how many of those are males? What matriarch has lived to withstand time?
None.
Zero.
Zero. Big fat goose
So
egg.
again,
Even that fucking movie that they tried to make about that woman king was
it's
a
not
fuck.
true. It's a
Yeah.
lie.
But anyway,
It's
all what I was gonna say is that they've made women believe that they don't need men, and then you're talking about
yes.
reproduction. They've also made it to the point where a woman doesn't need a man to reproduce; she could just use his sperm, and they don't need to have intercourse. So there's that.
Where do they get the
But
sperm from, though?
from a
And they
monkey,
from a monkey. Yeah, where do they get it from? But then again, like I said,
yeah, I
if
know.
they end up
But they,
giving birth to a male, eventually that male's gonna be like, you know what? This is what I
Fuck
want.
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, but that's underlying indoctrination of feminism is that women don't need men. I mean, because
Yeah.
even if we could do IVF, men still need women because like we can't
Yeah.
carry anything, you know. So, but
Yeah.
they make
No,
Women
that.
still
we
need
need each
women
other.
still need men. Men still need women.
Well, no, that's what I'm
Period.
saying, and
Yeah.
that's the problem with like everything that's going on with the world is they're and that's actually what I said. I think I told Dustin this a while ago when I was talking about they're going to end up pulling Biden and they're going to put uh, Michelle
Gavin
Obama.
Newsom in there.
No, no, no. They're going to put
Oh,
Michelle
Michelle.
Obama. Here's why. Here's why. Right? They already they already trying to split every way they can. Right? Gay, straight, black, white, every demographic that you could think of, age, all that stuff, they're trying to split, right? And have you argue against each other. What better way to further divide because they've already been pushing this man versus woman agenda, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what better way to do it now is to get even more granular and not even just get in communities, but now get into the home, where
Yeah.
now the selection for the commander in chief of the country is going to be between a black, what's going to end up being trans woman, and a straight white male,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Allegedly.
And
Allegedly trans
allegedly.
women.
So the biggest supporter of the alphabet 100% the biggest, largest support group of the alphabet mafia is straight white liberal women.
That I
Mhm.
believe.
So, and how do you get straight white men to vote the same as a straight white liberal woman? You divide the home even more because what? They've empowered women to believe that they control everything because they have the vagina, right? You
Mhm.
can't have sex with me unless you vote for the trans man or trans woman or this person or that person, right? That's how granular that they're going to have to get because everything else is falling by the wayside. Everything else, all their other plans are just falling to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
and they're
Uh,
probably going to and good God, I sure hope there's enough men woke up to say, "Well, fuck you and your vagina."
That's what I'm
right.
saying. It's like, dude, my 5 hours on Instagram was
It
very fucking enlightening of all these people who are like, dude, it was like my it was like an echo chamber. Every fucking reel that I popped on was, some minority or some group of minorities talking about how terrible fucking Joe Biden was and how the last election cycle they voted Democrat and they're not doing that shit no more. And
fuck
all these
yeah.
interviews, these street interviews with, a conservative talking head and a liberal community or Democrat community, and they're like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't
So
And it's
nobody on board with the bullshit that they're fucking pushing.
yeah,
I mean,
and I
dude,
don't.
yeah.
like if that alphabet pride parade out front of the fucking White House wasn't enough to fucking wake people up, bro, you know, I
That was
mean,
pretty.
because
That was
I
Yeah.
pretty
ain't even gonna lie,
disgusting.
bro. That like,
No.
look, nothing against gays or anything like that, but like, damn, bro, like that, like that shit is supposed to stay in home, not out there for the entire world to see, especially fucking children.
Hey, and that's
Period.
all right. All right. So, somebody made a comment. Oh, what Tristan? What's his name's brother? Top
Tristan
G.
Tate,
Yeah,
the
Tristan
top
Tate.
G,
He was talking
Andrew
about.
Tate.
So it's not illegal in Russia to be gay like a lot of people think it is. It's actually illegal in the Middle East where all these people are supporting Palestine. But anyway, it's not illegal to be gay in Russia. But the difference between being gay and the alphabet community is that when you're gay, that's a private affair. That's you're at home, right? You go out in public
Yeah,
and
with your
you're
friends and
respectful in
shit,
public,
whatever.
but
Yeah,
the
respectful.
alphabet mafia is about throwing it in your face, and that is what's
That's the
illegal in
problem.
Russia, which
Yeah.
should be illegal here. And
Yeah,
up in 15 years ago, I couldn't go swing my dick on Main Street.
yeah.
But if I wear a rainbow cape, I can. It doesn't even make
Yeah.
sense.
No. Not in the slightest. And
And
then
and
and
that's
that's good.
that's the shit people aren't buying today. And that's why the only people that were giving the standing ovations and that anywhere were one people in China
Yeah.
and people in Ukraine and the people that were directly in that room sitting on that half of the room. Those are the only people clapping and believing anything that he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you notice how they tried to spread out the group
Yeah.
with Joe Biden? Like they tried to
Yeah.
put them on the right side of the room so that they would get a clap from the other side
Yeah.
of the other side of the room. And it's like,
It's
Yeah.
all
come on.
optics, dude.
And
It's
they
all
and they
You,
optics.
epically failed, man. I mean, dude, you could see the look written all over Mike Johnson's face, bro. Like, can
yeah,
you believe?
no,
Like
he was
like the
fucking
whole
over it.
time, he was just shaking his head the whole time,
Yeah.
like the look on his face was like, can you believe the shit that is coming out of this man's mouth right now?
Hmm.
And that's what I'm
And
saying
then
is
and
I
then and
is
then
how does
and then fucking trying to call out SCOTUS. Like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to, Joe?
Yeah.
They fucking hold your fucking fate
Yeah.
in your hands, motherfucker.
but
You
Yeah.
better wake the fuck up, bruh.
but the problem is is that no one is holding these people accountable. So they're able to say the things that they
Yeah.
say. Like Mike Johnson should have showed up. He should have said, "Thank you for coming tonight." And every single fucking Republican should have got up and walked out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, no, we don't support this. Just and then he brought up Ukraine, and Mike Johnson's back there shaking his head, like, yeah, that makes sense. We should do that. We should support Ukraine. Putin can't do this. Putin. They
Look.
violated a handshake deal about where the fucking borders were. And since
Mm-hmm.
1992, they progressively be getting closer and closer and closer to fucking Russia.
And
What
Putin ain't having it, bro.
what do you want president of a country to do? And most of the people that are in Ukraine want to be fucking Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. You know,
Yep.
and then for Marjorie Taylor Greene to sit up in there and call out the and
That was the
I'm not
best.
trying
That
to
was
go.
the highlight of the
I'm
night,
not
bro.
trying to go on. I'm not trying to go on. Get into the border or nothing because we've already
No, but
established how we all feel about the border.
that was the
But
highlight of the night, bro.
yeah, yeah, you know, for 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 Joe Biden to not only uh, wait till the State of his Union address to speak on this
He didn't even
bullshit that's going on
enunciate her
with these
name right,
illegals.
bro.
He didn't even get her name right. Lincoln
Larkin.
Riley, motherfucker, not
He
Larkin.
knew
Lincoln.
he
Mhm.
knew somebody was going to yell at him for that, and that was set up. And fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene played right into it, so it made everyone in that room that was sitting on the left was like, "Yes, now he gets to do the thing." So he went and does the thing, but what nobody's talking about, what nobody's talking about, left or right, is that he basically said her death doesn't matter because thousands of people die.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
he said. No one's
yeah,
talking about that. The left, you know what the left is talking about? The left is talking about because he called the person who killed her an illegal immigrant and not undocumented. And the right is like, he messed up her name.
yeah.
No, what
I
he
just
said was
listened
she
to
didn't
Nancy
even
Pelosi
fucking
talk
matter.
shit about that
She didn't
earlier.
even matter because thousands of people die because of his policies. He admitted that. And no one's talking about that. Like, we're
Did you hear about the father? They got escorted out.
yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We were talking about that before you got on.
Yeah.
So it's like, but all that shit's set up, dude. They bring those people there because they know they're gonna fucking not be able to hold themselves in and say these things, and it makes a highlight reel moment that they can say, "We got you," but nothing fucking happened. Look,
True.
Yeah.
this dude on day one signed a fucking executive order that abolished Title 42.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Since that day,
He signed 94
but
in
since
the
that
first
day,
100 days.
12 million illegal agreements. That's what the reported number is. So it's somewhere between 20 and 25 million. Have come into this country 100% because of failed policy, and not
Yeah.
one fucking thing is done. He could be impeached simply because of that. Immigration has overloaded this country. We have a crime wave, we have a drug wave, we have all these waves. We're kicking fucking minorities out of schools, out of rec centers, out of housing departments. We're displacing millions of Americans for illegal immigrants. We're spending billions of dollars on infrastructure on and care for people who don't belong in this country. That
Yeah.
alone, you put that in front of a fucking impeachment jury, and they should find no fucking nothing but impeachment. But
But
no,
they
we haven't
won't.
done that. But they
Yeah.
won't.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
won't.
Well,
They won't
and
until next month because it's going to take them 8 months to impeach him. And the day before the election, they'll impeach him. They're like, "Oh, we're going to run Michelle Obama."
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
All
Fuck
right.
out of here.
and speaking on
Go ahead and close this out,
the
Brandon, and then we'll move. We're gonna move on to a quick current event, and then we'll
oh
close this
oh
out.
I was just gonna to mention something, in regards to the housing for these for these illegal immigrants that we got coming into our country and shit. They're talking about uh starting to build housing like how they have in Venezuela and parts of Venezuela and Rio, where that fucking scene in Bad Boys 2 where they're fucking smashing through the fucking the drug cartel bullshit, bro,
Oh,
with the Humvee,
favelas.
the favelas. There you go. Yeah, they're talking about starting to
That's all
build
over South
favelas
America.
yeah, they're talking
Good
about
luck.
they're talking about bringing that shit here to fucking house all of these illegal immigrants, bro.
When you can't build, I guess when you can't build
Like,
side to side, you build up.
yeah, apparently, you
Yeah,
know,
good
and
fucking luck with that.
You know,
yeah. But anyways,
again,
next,
just another waste of taxpayer dollars.
One hundred
yeah,
percent.
period.
So I'm gonna touch on the current event. We touched base briefly last week, Corey, on sports. So are any of you guys familiar with what Adrian Peterson? I mean, I know I'm pretty sure both of you guys know who Adrian Peterson is, the
Oh
running
yeah.
Yeah.
back from the Minnesota Vikings. So apparently, the $100 million that he made from 2007 to 2016, he is now officially broke and is facing property seizures
Makes
uh,
sense.
What?
based off of the loans that he took from multiple creditors over his career. And yeah, so now he's selling trophies, assets, um pretty much anything that he has available to sell, he is selling.
Wow.
And
Yeah, I'm reading it right now, and he's saying that's all bullshit. But I mean, dude, that's a tale as old as time, man. These athletes go in there and they don't know how to manage their money, and
100%.
they
And
come out fucking broke.
he's gonna come out and
Yeah.
fucking say that it's all bullshit. But at the end of the day, I mean, dude, you had to go to court for it. Um, I mean,
First of all, when your shit gets seized and they do an auction, that means you lost, buddy.
yes, and that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's like, dude. But then again, it's like, the part that fucks me up is, it just like you said, a lot of these athletes, they come in, and I mean, dude, this guy, looking at from where he came from, like the community was like 1,600 people, dude. So how many of them could tell him about his finances and tell him who the person is that's gonna treat him right, that's gonna take care of him, that's gonna show him
Hey,
how to
this
properly
is
spend his money.
this is what's wrong with professional sports. They
Mm-hmm.
throw this big fucking thing at you, right? Like, oh my God, we can give you the world. We're not going to show you how to manage it, but we're going to
Mm,
give you the world, right? All you have to do is be good at this really one skill, right?
yeah,
You don't have to read, you don't have to write. Fuck, you don't even have to do math past third grade. But if you can catch this ball, you can dunk this ball, you can run this ball, you can do all these things, you can throw this ball, you'll be all right. And then they get in there and they don't know a fucking thing from that. They don't know an asshole from an elbow, right?
yeah.
And they get in there and they get fucked over. This is like how many professional athletes that were in like the late 90s, early 2000s, late 80s who went into professional sports and came out absolutely fucking dog shit broke. Almost all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Too many.
Yeah, it's like
Way
you're
too
making
many.
hunt.
Yeah.
It's bro. It's because the education system's broken. I'm not even going to put that
Oh
on
yeah.
that, and people are shitty, right?
Yeah.
People are agents are some of the worst fucking people in the world, right? Talent agents,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and the education system's broken to where even more so now with all the whatever going on. But I mean, I didn't learn how to balance a checkbook until my second year of fucking college when I took accounting, and I
Yeah.
failed miserably. It's like the only class I've ever failed was accounting. And and I went to college as an adult. So I was 20 something when I was in college. And I had no idea how to fucking do accounting. Like, dude, I'm like 25 years old. I should be
Yeah.
like really good at this. I've been on my own since I was 18. I can't fucking I don't know what debits and credits. I can't do this fucking sheet. Get the fuck out of here. Here's a D.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
No.
set up for that. We're not set up for that.
No, not at all.
And then
Yeah.
and then we're giving these people who do they're really good athletically, and we hand them the keys to the kingdom with no oversight,
Yep.
right? It's like, dude, people who are driven by more than just athletic drive, right? People who like entrepreneurs, right? Like, I mean, your Bill Gates or your Amazon dude or Andy Frisella
Elon,
or Elon, Ed Milet,
Donald.
these guys, they're driven by something else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these motherfuckers have lots of money, lots of money,
Mm-hmm.
and all they're doing is steady making more.
Oh yeah.
So when you only have that athlete drive, I want to make $1 million, you're easily taken advantage of, and it's
Oh yeah.
like I said, it's a tale as old as time.
What?
Mm-hmm.
No. 100%. We could actually get into that on the next episode, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get into this 3 questions, 3 minutes.
Look, yeah, this
So
was
I'll
fun
go
last time. You missed it, Brandon.
ahead.
Oh, what? Damn,
No.
I didn't even get to write no damn questions down,
No,
mother.
Dust. This
Oh
is
no,
Dustin's thing.
Oh, okay. All right,
I
all right,
got the
okay,
questions.
okay,
I got you,
okay.
baby. Don't worry about it. All right. All right. So we're gonna get into these 3 questions. All right. Fuck Mary Kill.
Who?
Uh okay,
Fuck Mary
fuck
Kill,
Mary
bro.
Kill, Nikki Haley, AOC, Kamala Harris. You got 1 minute.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you
What?
gotta give a brief insight. All right, clock starts now.
Oh,
You fuck Nikki
God.
Haley, you kill Kamala Harris, and you marry AOC.
All right, what you got, Brandon?
I think I'm gonna have to go that order too. Yeah.
AOC is the worst and the loudest, but at least as your wife, you could just beat her. You don't have to let her out of the house. Oh my gosh.
Well,
I think the only ones that I think I would flip Kamala and Haley, but yeah, sweet brown sugar.
hold on.
I've never had it. I've never had it, so I don't know.
All right.
Wait, hold
So
on.
I've
Hold on.
just what?
Fuck Mary Kill. Hold on. Wait, what was yours, Corey? Kill Nikki.
Kill Kamala, fuck
Oh,
Nikki,
okay,
and marry
okay.
AOC.
Okay, yeah. Mine's reversed too on Kamala and Nikki. Yeah. Because I definitely like me some chocolate. So yeah.
You don't hate you don't hate Kamala Harris enough. That's why you kill that bitch.
All right.
I just stick my dick in her mouth, bro, and she'd stay quiet the whole time.
All right. If you could own an island, where and why?
Ooh.
I would own in the South Pacific, because it's sunny and 70 all the time. Like Hawaii.
Okay.
Plus it's close enough, I could bring all my friends to the island. That's a weird question. That was very, very, very Epstein of you.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Hold
Oh my goodness. Oh, I felt weird answering that question.
That was a very Epstein answer.
Hey, bright, sunny, and 70 all the time, bro.
And bringing my friends over all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to play
Who's really
paintball.
Epstein?
To play paintball in video games. All right, go.
Shit. Oh shit. Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Man. Yeah. Probably somewhere where there's
Costa Rica. That's where I'd go.
Costa Rica? Yeah, that don't sound too bad. Yeah. Yes, somewhere far away from this godforsaken civilization we got, where there's where I could talk all the shit I want, and yeah.
If you just have a big pair of balls, you can do that regardless.
No, well, yeah. Do
I'd
that
say
all the
somewhere.
time.
All right, Dustin. Where are you taking your friends?
Talk my shit and not have to worry about the fucking law trying to fuck me over.
Somewhere where there's not an extradition law, and
there you go.
Yeah, very Epstein-y. You bought your own fucking island. You don't have to worry about extradition laws. That's unspoken.
Okay. Somewhere close to the coast of Colombia.
Okay.
All the booger sugar I want.
I'm smelling what you're putting down. I'm smelling it. All right.
Yeah. All right. In this one, it's more just kind of your fucking nonchalant question. Best sportswear to wear in sports.
Best sportswear?
That's a weird fucking question. Like, who has the best uniform? Like functionality or like comfortability?
Functionality.
I have to go with Riddle.
Basketball.
You talking about brands or like
brands?
Or like
brands.
Oh,
sports brands.
Sorry.
Oh,
Case.
Nike or Riddle?
Well, I'm not going to say Nike because I don't support child labor. So
good point. Good point. Good point.
Under Armour.
Why?
Because we must protect this house, motherfucker. You don't remember the commercials? We must protect this house.
Oh yeah, no, I remember for sure.
I think they had the probably the dopest designs when they were at their height, when they were like really competing with Nike. Not really competing, but and then they had their contract when they did with the college football. US. No, they did college football for a while. They did some dope uniforms.
They did high school and football. And
that's right. They did a lot of high school too.
Functionality though, their fucking shoes suck. I didn't really care for their shoes.
All athletic shoes suck except for wide toe box shoes. Every fucking sneaker you've ever worn in your life has manipulated your toes and fucked your feet up. And if you wonder why your back hurts, it's because your feet are shit. Get you some wide toe box shoes, and get some toe spreaders. Get your freaking little pinky toe to be balanced where it's supposed to be. Bro, you'll never fucking wear another pair of Nikes.
I want to say it was a pair of Pumas, dude. And like those things were like God's gift for my feet, bro.
Bro, you need to get yourself a pair of Metcon 10s from Reebok. They're a sports shoe. And dude, they're freaking the toe box is so wide.
I had a pair of Reeboks, dude, and they fucking hurt.
Yeah,
They hurt the
yeah,
shit out of my heels.
but their Metcons are different. That's because they're zero heel, or not. Actually, the Metcons are raised heel. I'm looking at mine right now. I'm sorry, the Nano X. The Nano X's. Dude, they got a wide toe box and they have a slight heel raise. And they're freaking comfortable, bro. Like I can't wear Vans anymore because my toes are so spread out.
Got like monkey hands.
I'm like 33%, so
Oh, hot shit.
this was fun. This was fun.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Still got to try to narrow it down to an hour, but
Yeah,
I feel like we
it's all
got
right.
close.
Yeah,
Where are we at now?
like an hour and a half,
Yeah.
a little
okay.
over an hour. Hey, we should do
Ain't
one
too bad.
Sunday. Everyone should watch the fights tomorrow. We'll do another one Sunday.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I'll reach out to you guys outside of this to confirm that because I do have some engagement Sunday. But
Okay.
Ah, shit. Yeah, what he
Well,
said.
yeah, I'm lying because I'm gonna be tied up most of the day too because we're barrel racing. So, and
Oh,
it's a big
shit.
event. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta work.
all right.
All
I
right,
gotta work Sunday
Brochachos.
morning, but
All right,
we'll figure it out.
Brochachos.
Brochacho out.
Brochachos!